Welcome to Stay on Course, Scenes from the Table, where real conversations come to life around the tables that shaped our stories, held our hopes and heartaches, and gave us the courage to keep going. I'm your host, Julie Riga. From boardrooms to kitchens, we sit down with leaders, chefs, and change makers to explore defining moments, the mistakes they made, and the small wins that quietly changed everything. Pull up a chair because the legacy we're writing starts here. Welcome everyone to the next edition of the Stay on Course podcast. Today, I have Pablo Valencia, and he is the executive chef of Bourbon Steak here in Delray Beach, Florida. I'm super excited to have him here today, and he is a well-renowned chef. He's had his own restaurant. He's worked at the Ritz-Carlton, and he is here now to tell us a little bit about his journey. We're so excited to have you on the Stay on Course podcast.
Hi, Julie. Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Welcome to Bourbon Steak.
I love it here.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. 3 months we opened. 3 months.
3 months
ago. So we're still in diapers. We're a baby. But it's beautiful. It's been a wonderful experience. Yeah.
It is. It's nice. It's fantastic. And it's right here on Atlantic Avenue where everything is happening. I mean, this is where it's all happening.
Well, I've been here only since December, but I can see the vibes, I can see the energy, like, how many restaurants around, and, it feels nice. It feels cool to be next to the ocean, and Delray is a beautiful place for that. So I think we're going to be here for many, many years, for sure.
I love it, and I'm going to come back many, many times.
Oh, please.
Thank you so much. So before we get started, I ask all of my guests, what is your favorite food?
Well, that's a question very hard for a chef. But I go with simplicity. I love something from my hometown that we call arepas, which is like a corn tortilla. And then we put cheese in it, and it's very famous, arepas. They also do it in Venezuela and Colombia, we do it. So that's in every breakfast of Colombian people, you will have arepa. So I love that because I grew up with that. And I have to go also with sandwiches and burgers. Oh. I love them. I love them. I just love the combination of what you find in just a piece of whatever you have put in between two breads. It's just magic. So it's very versatile. You can do whatever, but I love having burgers with my son. So I enjoy that a lot.
Yeah. Well, what do you love here at Bourbon Steak? What is your favorite meal here?
That's very interesting. Of course, we have a beautiful selection of steaks, and we have these wonderful Japanese Wagyus that they just melt in your mouth, and the marbling that they have, and the flavor, the aroma, and all that is just out of this world. So I have to say that the meat program that we have here at Bourbon Steak is wonderful. One of my favorite dishes here at Bourbon Steak is definitely the lobster pot pie. And there's a nice story behind it. Chef Michael Mina, he went to his friend's house, and his friend asked him, she wanted to eat chicken pot pie. So he said, okay, I can make it for you. And he went to the kitchen and he opened the fridge, and he didn't find any chicken, but he found lobster. Okay, so that happens in your kitchen too, right? You don't find chicken, but you have lobster there, or these kind of things. So he said, all right, let's do it with lobster. So he created this recipe, which is really nice. The way you present it to the guest is wonderful. It's table side.
Wow.
The smells that they come when you open the pot pie, the aromas, all this, just the flavor, of course, of the lobster, the cream that we use, the lobster branded cream, is just amazing.
That's really good. I can eat the whole thing. We want to talk about ingredients for success because we know that your job is not easy. You have a lot of hours. You probably deal with a lot of interesting customers. But I want to get into these ingredients for success for being an executive chef. we had the conversation before about my father. My father was an executive chef. The podcast is all relating to ingredients and food and all of these experiences that we're creating with our meals and with the time that we have with our guests. So tell us a little bit about your favorite ingredients for success right here in this job that you have.
Being an executive chef is a lot of things. It's very complete job because you are involved in every aspect of the business. So for me, one of my ingredients, because it works for me, is the emotional intelligence. You have to deal with so many things and so many levels in one day.
Sure.
That if we start listing it, you're gonna see like a very long list.
Right. Well, I'll stop you right there because I wanna talk about that, because as the executive chef, you have the customers, you have the staff, and then you have the board or whoever's running the show here.
Let's start a little bit from the back. Like you're part of the planning of the restaurant because you're writing menus, right? That's part of the concept. So
Yes.
you are part of the concept of the restaurant. So you work on that. You work on a management level because you have to manage your team in every aspect, and you're in the administrative work you have to do. You have to take care of administrative work every day, scheduling, and you have to work with your guys. You have to work with the HR, with human resources. You have to work with every outlet that has to be with administrative work. You have to do ordering, and then the magic starts going there. Like you're planning, you're forecasting, then you order, right? So as executive chef, you know what you need to know what you're ordering.
Sure.
But you need to know what you have in your fridge before ordering.
Food cost, right?
Food cost, exactly. So that's one of the metrics that we have to follow up every day. Food cost.
Yes.
But
Do
then
you ever
again,
look in the garbage?
Yeah, of course, I do. I'm not a crazy chef that's gonna throw the garbage.
My father used to do that.
Yeah,
He
it
used to-
happens.
yes, because the
happens.
waste is there in the garbage. You can find it, right?
Yes, but I try to train my guys that they understand the value of each ingredient, not by fear of me throwing the garbage in and just yelling and doing that, because I don't like anybody to work with fear towards the chef, but because they understand what's behind. So I take my time and I explain to them, you know what, if you're throwing away half of a pepper, I don't know, on the garbage, and then we do all this math, and then we add up and how much this will cost at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They go surprised that it's thousands of
It's a
dollars.
lot. It was a lot of
And like,
peppers.
exactly. So if you keep doing this every day and you imagine with all the ingredients, so they understand. So they can project themselves as chefs as well, because
Yes.
they're in the same path that I was before.
Yeah, you're teaching them how to manage a
Exactly.
restaurant, how to
Exactly.
become an executive chef one day.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I don't like it, but for them to do it with fear or the chef understanding. So
Yes.
I tell them.
Not like Gordon Ramsay. Is he the guy, the main chef?
Yeah, like I don't like when they cook, because what is chef gonna say, and they put a plate on and just you don't cook for the chef.
Right.
You cook for your clients. You cook for your guests, your customers, and you cook out of passion. You don't cook out of fear. So when they understand that, they change their mindset and they enjoy cooking, because
Yes.
at the end you transfer all this energy for the product. So if you're cooking with fear, that's where you're gonna project in your dish. If you cook grumpy, that's where you're gonna project in your dish, and at the end, the customer is gonna eat that.
That I love that. The customer's going to eat the fear. That's like the energy transfer of the plate.
That's
I
how
never
it is.
thought of that before, to be honest.
But cooking is about being present, because when you cook, you're using all your senses at the same time, right? So you have to be here and now.
Yeah.
So that state of mind, you cooking the mood that you are is going to affect.
It is
the
so
product,
interesting.
for sure.
Yes, yes. You know what my daughter tells me? Because she's actually the only person I cook for, because she has all these food allergies. And she says to me every time, she's like, Mom, this wasn't made with love. I can feel it. And I never understood what she was meaning. I'm like, what do you mean it wasn't made with love? I did all this work. I did all of this. But I guess the attention to the detail and taking that extra time to make it great and to make it with love is the extra ingredient.
Yeah, absolutely. And you will see, it's like if you lower your vibration, that's the frequency you're going to connect with. So if you're cooking in a really bad mood, for sure something is going to burn.
Yeah.
You're going to cut yourself. You're going to burn yourself. Something is going to happen because you're going to connect with that vibration. You're going to connect with that.
You're manifesting it at that vibration.
Exactly.
You're doing that. Yeah, I can see that.
That's why, like, part of being an executive chef is have your team motivated every day, because this is every day.
Right.
We have to give results every day.
Every day. And they're feeding off of you.
Exactly.
You're the leader.
Exactly. So we all have our issues, our opportunities to grow, and all these kind of things in our lives. But if they see the executive chef walking into the kitchen in a bad mood, grumpy, sad, and all that, you're going to project that to the whole team. So you need to work on that. That's when the emotional intelligence comes. And because you're dealing with a lot of stress.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. I mean, it's a lot of stress. It's a job that you have to be on top of everything from the chain. Like, you receive the product, you order the product, you receive the product until it goes to the customer.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that can happen. So, and you have to give results, and then you have the board, and then you have the meetings, and then you have all
the meetings, and then you have the people like in the town as well.
Exactly.
And
then you have the reviews.
And the reviews.
Right now, that's
the podcasters.
super important. And then
the podcasters.
Well, this is the fun part of the job. Like
Yes.
this is very nice. But yeah, then you have to give results every day. I give you an example. Is if you are you make tires, right? Your company make tires for the cars, right? The manager, he probably knows a lot about financials, and he probably knows about strategies and all that, but he is not actually making the tires. He is not receiving the components to make the tires. He has a department for that. He's not involved of the making.
Sure, he's just getting them and he's
He's
selling
getting them. He's selling them, but he's not involved on the operation, like
making
hands-on.
the product. Yeah.
We are.
Yes, you are.
We are every day doing that. So we receive the product, we transform the product with all the techniques that we need to use, and then we're on a stage. We're live. We're testing our products with the customers on live, on real time, and then you're getting the feedback in real time. So you're getting evaluated every day.
Every day, every taste.
Every taste.
Every taste is an evaluation.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is really deep. I don't think people realize how extensive the whole process is, because what you're doing, and I talk about this a lot, is that you're creating dining experiences for people.
Exactly. I mean, that's hospitality for me.
Yes.
Is making people happy and having come back.
Yes.
That's for me the real goal of hospitality, and there's a lot of things involved that in order to make that happen. But at the end, we sell experience, we sell emotions through the food as chefs.
Yes.
But at the end, it has to be connected with the front of the house, with the location. When everything has to be, it's like an orchestra. Everything has to be harmonic, and that's the experience that we sell. So there is a lot of things going on to make that happen, so the people just can come here and enjoy a nice meal and come back.
I love it. You know what? Thank you for that, because my father used to try to explain this to us, but you did so much a better job, because it is really about the experience and all of those different tastes. But I want to know, what motivates you to do all of this? We talk a lot about passion, and my father used to say to me, Julie, if you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. And there was always this passion inside of him. And I know we discussed a little bit about passion. Tell me about the passion that you have behind this work that you do.
I think, Julie, this is it's a decision that you make every day. It's like when you get married, you make the decision to be married every day. It is not just when you say yes. It's every day. So every day you have to make that decision. You have to be honest with yourself. Okay, I'm going to face all this during the day. Are you willing to do it or not? So you go to the mirror. It's like a good moment. And then if you see on the mirror, the reflection, you see someone grumpy, and it's not changing until you smile, the mirror is not going to smile back until you do it. So you have that power of change within yourself. So this has to be every day for this kind of jobs.
Yeah, it's hard though when something goes wrong, isn't it? To make yourself smile in the midst of the tragedy or the drama that you're experiencing, because life is not a straight line. It is one of those things. My father used to say to me, 7 times down, 8 times up, things are going to go wrong. And so in the midst of all that, you're looking in the mirror, you're seeing this grumpy person. How do you change? How do you change your attitude?
You have to breathe, make a breath work. So you kind of lower your nervous system and understand that if you stay, there's something that we'll talk about, in a positive state, and you know that everything that is happening to you is for a reason. There is a reason behind that, and there is a learning for that. And you receive that in a positive, no matter what. I know there's sometimes awful things happens to you, but if it happens because you need to live that, you need to learn from that, you need to expand your consciousness with that. So, of course, we face every problem every day, like everything.
Pressure. There's pressure.
There is mistakes. There is all of kind of things. But then it's like, why is this happening to me? What can I learn from that? And how can I take it positive? And how can I use it to my benefit? So that's the mindset I normally try to do. To have with myself every day. Is a work with myself.
Yeah.
First. And then I can just project to my team.
Yeah, and you know what I'm thinking is that there is high pressure in the kitchen.
Very high.
It's a high pressure because it's like, it's timing.
Yes.
I know that the timing is everything, right? So you know what you're doing, but then there is a time part of it, and things can break, you can burn something, there's so many things that can go wrong. But like, you have to have that resilience. And I think as you do it day after day after day, you're building a muscle for resilience.
All of the above. Everything happens. You make mistakes every day. It's part of of being a human, right? So it happens. You have to be a decision maker, fast. You have to make decisions fast, and you have to stick to the decision. And I learned that. I was telling you that I practice skydiving, and one of the things that you need to learn in skydiving is when something is going wrong. I don't know. You have a malfunction in your parachute. You're not gonna land where you're supposed to land. Then you have to make the decision quick and stick to the decision. You make the decision, you release that. You let it go, and then you open the emergency one, and then you land safe. It can happen like that.
How many times have you done this?
Over 200. Yes, something I love.
Gosh.
But it teaches you so much.
Apparently it does teach you something, because actually you're thinking about its timing. Like, you have to move and decide and be very fast.
It's a process. When you go, you get on the plane, and you start, plane start going up. You're so scared. Your nervous system is on the roof. And then is when you breathe, and then fear is an energy. So you can transform that energy, and that's what you do. You have to breathe, just focus on transforming that fear, because you need to feel that. The moment that you don't feel that, you're gonna make mistakes for sure. You're gonna be too much two-way confident. And so you need to feel that, but you need to transform it and then get focused on what you're gonna do on the jump and your safety procedures and all that. So that is a beautiful moment of within you with you.
Yeah.
And then when you jump out of the plane, it's just letting go. It's a moment of you let go.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
For sure. I mean, you have that little bag.
I feel like I'm sweating already thinking about it.
But you have to let go, and that's so important in life, to let go, let it flow, and just believe in yourself.
Right.
Believe that you're going to do the right thing at the right moment.
And at that point, you've prepared everything. You're in the moment. It's kind of like once the food hits the table, it's the same thing. You have to let go. And, a lot of times when I'm working with the camera, at some point, you just have to let go and just enjoy the moment. Wow.
Exactly. And that happens in for us as executive chefs, it happens every day.
Every day.
So you have to make decisions. And especially when you're in service, in the rush hour, a lot of things happen. You have to make decisions quick.
Sure.
I don't know, I give you an example. The other day, 3 weeks ago, maybe, we had a shutdown, we didn't have energy. And because of the hood that is connected with the gas for emergency purposes, the gas was shut off.
Wow.
We were in the middle of service, rush hour, and then you need to start making decisions because you have your customers are there, and then you have to you have to make decisions.
Sure.
What are you gonna do? You need
you're
no
on
energy.
stage. You're literally on stage,
and you have no gas. What are you gonna cook with?
Right.
So we kind of fixed quick the electric problem, but the gas didn't come back. So for us in the kitchen, it's a major issue.
Sure.
So guys, okay, let's go. We have 4 ovens that work with their electric. Okay, let's crank them up, and we're gonna start cooking with them. And then we're gonna go and see if the other kitchen of the hotel has some gas, and so we can support until we figure out what to do.
Wow.
And then we didn't have the printers working, so everything was the tickets from the servers were written manually, all times. They had to read it manually. So it was chaotic, but you have to understand that before the order, there's always chaos.
Sure.
So you gotta take a moment, talk to your team. Okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
And this is how we're gonna react.
Yeah.
And make the decision. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. Then you make directions. And we're very serious about it in this company and the MENA group and all that. We have SOPs for everything. So we take notes of everything. We follow up with everything. So if happens again, we know how to address
it again.
And hopefully it's not. We have to prevent it. But life is life, so it can happen again. So what are we gonna do next time to do it better?
Exactly. Life be lifing. That's how I say it. So this has been amazing. I've learned so much from this conversation, but I do have a couple more questions before we close for today. What is the most exciting thing about your job right now? What are you working on that's really exciting?
My wonderful podcast that I'm here on.
Thank you
This
so
is
much.
this is the best thing ever happened to me in this position now. So I'm enjoying it a lot. This is happening right now. So like I say, I live the present. So I thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Where should our audience find more about Bourbon Steak?
Well, we have all the media, in Instagram, the webpage, bourbonsteakdelrey.com. We can go through the MENA group as well because we're part of the MENA group as well, Instagram. But it's better if you come here and say hi to me.
All right, we're going to come say hi to Pablo. Pablo, as we're talking, I'm just thinking that you have so much wisdom and so much revelation from all the things that you've done in your past jobs. And even the skydiving part and how it connects to what you do in the kitchen. I'm just wondering, are you going to be writing a book anytime soon?
Are you going to help me write it?
Maybe, because I'm just thinking you have a book inside of you. You have a course inside of you. You have so much wisdom. I know that you're on a journey and, you're present, but I feel like you should be documenting all these things that you're learning along the way.
Well, we're starting today.
We're starting today. We are starting today documenting.
I appreciate it. I just enjoy, the learning process, learning about myself.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's a mission for everybody. And that's why you're planet Earth. You just to get to know you as much as possible.
Yep.
So, at the end, it's like a job is a job. You know, this is a title of executive chef, but a job is a job. It's what you do with it. It's
Yes.
how you face every day this position and you learn about yourself every day. And this position as executive chef give you so much in so many different aspects that
Yes.
every day that everything that happens, like you can write a book every day.
You can, because you're always up against time, and you're always up against people, and you're always on stage. Like every day you're
Yeah.
on stage.
Exactly, it's like an orchestra. It's like right there, and it's beautiful because when you get to be the director of the orchestra, and sometimes I just like when the rush moment, like everything is craziness, like wow. You take a moment, you get a step behind, and you see like your team, because my team is wonderful. I love my team, like they're such a great guys, and you see them all like focused and present and
Sure.
cooking with passion and all that. That's a moment when you say like, wow,
Wow.
we're doing something good. And then another award, which is not a Michelin star or any 5 diamonds or anything like that. Like the real award is when you see the plates coming back to the dishwashing area that empty.
Empty plates.
That's what I teach my cooks. I'm like, that's what you're looking for, because that's the real award every day.
Yes.
So everything that we did since early in the morning to this moment comes down to that.
Wow.
To a empty plate that comes back to the kitchen.
I
That
love
means
that.
that you made someone happy.
You made someone happy. Happy to serve, happy to help.
Exactly.
Pablo, you have wowed our audience today. I have learned so much. I've had so many revelations. I don't think you realize how many revelations I've had today because my father started me on a journey to learn a little bit about what you do. I never did what you do, but I learned a lot from him, and I learned a lot from you today. So thank you so much for being a guest on the Stay on Course podcast.
Well, it's an honor, Julie. Thank you for having me. Like, I hope we can do it again.
Oh, yes.
And we start writing books.
Yes, let's do a book. We're doing a book next.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.